Well, it seems like Disney has created a monster. It's been doing it for a while now. What am I talking about? Well, the fact that Disney likes to go on this strange woke agenda and try to recast, retrace their steps and fix those wrongs. Of course, the latest casualty of the woke war is definitely The Little Mermaid, the teaser trailer, which was released about 4 or 5 days ago. It has now reached that milestone of 1.2 million downvotes. Now, interestingly enough, about half an hour ago, when I viewed this statistic, it was actually saying to me that they couldn't get the dislike button to regenerate. It was temporarily unavailable. So A lot of traffic was going to this particular video and people are downvoting it by the droves. Or B, maybe those minions were out in full force trying to rectify the damage that has been caused by this trailer. Now, of course, we are talking about the actress Halle Bailey, not to be confused with Halle Berry, which did for the longest time did confuse me because I am dumb and I probably had too much whiskey to drink before my video. But of course, she is not to blame. And in fact, I would harbor the idea that Disney and Warner Brothers, they are a bunch of sadomasochists when it comes to purposefully just casting a person of color in a role that used to be played by or associated with the white folk, and they know it's going to get a ton of backlash. They know the star who is front and center of their new revisited, rewoked drama, whatever it's going to be, a film, a TV show, what have you, a play, it's going to generate that hysterical backlash. Now, it used to be the old days of bad publicity could actually be good publicity, but in this very time-sensitive capsule that we now live in, folks, you're kind of playing with fire. Disney, Warner Brothers, Paramount to a lesser degree. Now, this channel has only got 4.18 million subscribers. When you go over to Mr. Beast, the dude has got 104 million subscribers. PewDiePie, 111 million subscribers. So the fact that Mr. Beast is 7 million away from matching PewDiePie is insane. Individuals running their own channels, they've got more followers than Disney. What does that tell you, man? And of course, we look at the Pinocchio trailer here at Disney UK. Oh boy, this thing was voted 11,000 thumbs down compared to over 1,000 thumbs up. It's a god-awful trailer. Cynthia Erivo is the fairy godmother. What the fuck were they thinking, Disney? You got Tom Hanks, once a bass dude, appearing in things like Bachelor Party, Dragnet, and then he kind of moves forward with his career working with Disney because obviously he's had a long-standing relationship since the Toy Story movies, probably even with Turner and Hooch, which I believe was a Disney film under the Touchstone banner, I believe. But it's just really awful what is happening right now. But I can't say I'm surprised. And again, when you go on over to Twitter, I mean, you've got everybody in full effect here trying to be the white knights. James Gunn. Now, James Gunn had this very bizarre tweet. I can't believe there are people upset about the color of a mermaid skin. Now, I would normally just say, yeah, that's fine, James, whatever. But James Gunn, remember, he made some very ill-fated tweets over 10 years ago with subject matters I can't even discuss on my video right here because it'll get me demonetized straight away. He was fired from Disney, then he was rehired by Disney because obviously we're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, James Gunn to me is one of these guys, he's kind of good at knocking out the one-hit wonders, but when it comes to creating a sequel as such, he's not so good, is he? Because the pressure is on to make the sequel as good or as better than the first one. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2, while it had some funny moments in there, it was nowhere as good as number one, which was basically lightning in a bottle. So he makes this tweet. Lenny Henry, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it, James, signed a Black Irish Hobbit. Well, Lenny, what can I say, mate? Because nobody likes the rings of power. You're a hypocrite because I've already covered that in a previous video of mine. And dude, just keep living in cloud cuckoo land because that's what actors and actresses do, folks. They just live in the world of make-believe. And as we scroll on down, you know, we've got these takes about the Princess and the Frog swapping out this character for a character who's Caucasian. I know what they're trying to do here is the whole, well, if you reversed everything, how would you feel then? And I have given that question some thought. And actually, before I give you my answer, this one from Michael Christie I thought was very interesting. For me, it's not the skin color, James. It's more an issue with every redhead character being recast as a person of color. Something I've been saying for ages. As a redhead person growing up, I suffered bullying due to my hair color. And now it seems the little heroes, the role models we have now been recast. It's true. And actually, when I was going to school, redheads was seen as a bit of a stigma as well. Like they had the red freckles, the red hair. They were lesser human beings than you were. I mean, I never thought I was better than anybody else because I wasn't much to look at as much as the redheads were. And it's kind of funny. You always had a little bit of a sniggering. But you know what? I've got a fond memory of a redheaded girl called Amanda in the late 90s. I will tell you about it one day, but it's so rude. It was actually worth the punchline in the end. Where that story is concerned, oh, Amanda, I don't know what you're doing these days, love, but thanks for the show back then. That was awesome. And you know, you even get people like Cliff Bleszinski joining in the conversation. Here we are, the man behind the very based Gears of War games. Then of course that all fell foul when he decided to make Lawbreakers, which was riffing off PUBG and Fortnite, and that just died a death. But he says, do not get me going. Because like, what has it got to do with you, Bleszinski? What's it got to do with you, James Gunn? I mean, again, James Gunn, not exactly a sweet soul. I mean, the man did give us the very funny PG porn films, if you've never seen them. But, you know, I talked about redheads before. I just want to leave you with this, and I thought this was pretty funny. I couldn't find the original tweet for some reason, but this did make me giggle. Never forget what they've taken from you. Now, if you don't know who this is April ONeil, care of the TMNT, the fearless journalist, roving reporter, played by Judith Haig. Oh my gosh, or Judith Hogue, who is also a natural-born redhead in the first movie, and then later replaced by Paige Turco for some strange reason. But never forget what they've taken from you. And I like this because this is the 1991 version of April ONeil in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga game, and this is the version in 2022. Now, what I'll say is the 91 version looks a lot more detailed, and this is a video game we're talking about, folks. For some reason, in the 22 version, they've gone for almost anime look with the big eyes, whereas in this version here, she looks a bit more realistic. Man, I mean, you know what? I love boobies. And that's a based April ONeil right there. And in this version, she zipped up the old boiler suit. Of course, she has zipped up the boiler suit before in other iterations, so that's nothing new. But wow, I mean, some people were just talking about this under Radical Reggie's post, which I thought was hilarious. The left version clearly looks superior. Looks like somebody told her to button up her boiler suit in 2022. Free the cleavage.
Yes, hallelujah.
The very words I live by, and I will live by on my dying day. It's funny and sad at the same time. This goes for many forms of art like video games, movies, music, comics, etc. And also impacts politics, policies, and everyday life. Things have gradually gone too far, and the younger generation have no clue about all of it and only seems to know the new normal. Serge Leon, this guy obviously has a lot of common sense. He knows what we're talking about here. It's generally accepted that what we see in everyday entertainment, it's mainly white folks. I've never ever had a problem with it, and I never will for many more years to come. And obviously, I do like a broad stream of entertainment. It's not just one specific niche. I like everything and anything as long as it's done really well. And of course, John Carpenter, 1976, he gave us a black hero in Assault on Precinct 13. Does anybody sing John's praises on that one? Why they cast a guy like that, and when you watch the film, you don't realize he's going to become the hero until much later on. He's not forced down your throat. It's not all about agenda. If you've never seen the original Assault on Precinct 13, that film does push one or two buttons way too far, but is better off for it. So folks, if you enjoyed this quick video today on the demise of The Little Mermaid, and that's just the teaser trailer, make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you hit the like button. And if I were you, and if you were me, I would check out the next video. Hi, Miss ONeil. Your boobs are hypnotizing.
Run for your life! I'll cover you!